vaccines to the American people. But each week that follows, we will have more doses ready for allocation and distribution. We'll be working it hard the next days to ensure these first shipments go very well. It is the foundation for all future deliveries.
We're also now hearing President Trump and other top officials will be offered the vaccine within days. Our managing editor, Roz Krasny, is in Washington with the latest. So, Roz, this kind of idea of a day moment, the beginning of the end to turn the tide, as we saw in the Second World War. But what are the challenges that lie ahead, and how quickly could we get to this idea of herd immunity? Too.
Yes, well, Heidi, I think it's going to take several months because this is really a massive effort, and there's just not enough vaccine to go around at this point. As you said, something like 2.9 million or 3 million shots could go out in the next few days. There's been a bit of controversy about how many vaccines the U.S. government committed to buy from Pfizer and BioNTech, and whether that's enough. We also have a second vaccine in the pipeline still to be considered by regulators, and behind that. So that's some of the challenges. There's certainly many, many groups sort of out there lobbying to say, well, we're essential workers, everything, and quite rightly so, from airline workers to stevedores to meat packers to school teachers. So there's a lot of clamoring to get those vaccines as soon as possible, and as President Trump and his top will be near to the front of the queue.
Yeah, exactly. Who makes a cut and is deemed critical when it comes to the Trump administration?
Exactly, and the news that we just broke about those White House vaccines, and basically all three branches of government will be offered those vaccines. It was cast as an issue of continuity of government, and these are essential sort of high level who can be best served by knowing about their business. Also to sort of show public or to raise public confidence in the vaccine, because as you know, there's been some
Shalom, shalom. Let the Akim know, you know what I'm saying, we on here. If you would like. Shalom though, brother. Shalom, bro. Let me see. I might pull these up, I might not. You know what? I'm not even gonna pull these. I'm not gonna pull these up. This would be better if brothers just get inside of their joint. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see. Let's start with let's start on here. Salakia. Bear with me. Like that. All right, there we go. All right, Shalom. Starts us off giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Wahakodash Wakah. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect, the hopeful elect out there. Men teaching the truth. Men, women, and children. Men, women, children, and friends of the prophets of the Israelite nation who believe, who have awakened, who are turning back to the Father, right? Which consisted of so-called blacks, African Americans, Negroes, Latinos, Latinas, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Shalom. All right, so this is the 20th episode of I Will Stand Upon My Watch. I don't even know what channel I'm on, but we on here nonetheless. So I'm not gonna do this usually how I do it or been doing it. I'm not gonna pull up scriptures on the screens. I'm gonna be going to them, over here so I can just keep this up. But I'm gonna go ahead and start Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run and that readeth it. And I'm gonna go ahead and go through. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right, so as we know, brother's supposed to be watching, and because the Lord comes quickly. All these events are things we have our eye on because they're according to different prophecies that are spoken about. They help make up that vision, which is for an appointed time, and when they getting ready to come past, when we see them, that's more indication that of the bigger one we're waiting on, which is Yahweh Shah's, return, man. And man, that's pretty much the time we in. So, yeah. So it's pretty much, I'm back. I ain't been able to do these because my damn eyes been jacked up, but I done bounced back. Lord allowed me to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Chastisement, but nonetheless, the work got to continue. So here we are. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Pretty much, as you see, the episode will be covering this is one big tempt. This is one big temptation. And also, that's pretty much going to be the first segment. And then the last segment is just covering how you pretty much going to take it or you not, man. You see what I'm saying? You accept it or reject it, but this is one big test / temptation, in which we'll be covering in this first part. So as you can see right here, first shipment of COVID vaccine hit the road. Nearly 3 million doses were expected to be sent out with a priority on healthcare workers and nursing home residents. This came out today. It came out today, 7 hours ago, and they already got the vaccine on the trucks. So we're gonna go ahead and hit play on this video, and let it speak best.
in the fight against COVID-19 amid so much tragedy. As the U.S. is on the cusp of losing 300,000 people since the start of the pandemic, the vaccine is being boxed for shipment right now. CBS 2's Dave Carlin has the latest.
The vaccine is on its way to 636 locations nationwide, loaded into freezers, stacked on airplanes, and delivery trucks, making sure not one single dose of vaccine gets left behind on a shelf. UPS and FedEx working on it around the clock. Here's VP of Global Support for FedEx, Richard W. Smith.
Our goal is to move COVID-19 vaccine shipments as safely and quickly as possible.
Months of data reviewed, resulting in fast-track approval for Pfizer's version that our nation's leaders say was nonetheless thorough. They praised the vaccine's quick rollout and its safety.
Today our nation has achieved a medical miracle. You should have confidence in this.
The first shipment's expected to arrive to area hospitals, including this one, Northwell Huntington Hospital, Monday or Tuesday.
And they're going to start inoculating people Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around that time. Healthcare workers are going to be first. A lot of the nursing home patients are also going to be first. So there is going to be a track record, and any side effects we're going to see throughout, and the normal person will see that it's good, and people are doing well with it. At least it'll help stop the spread of this virus.
And you'll take it.
Yeah.
I guess so. I have to find out some more information first.
Because not every kind of patient was included in vaccine safety trials. Doctors will have to decide for some people case by case.
But for pregnant women and the immunocompromised at this point, it will be something that providers will need to consider on an individual basis. I will get the vaccine as soon as it is made available to me, that I will do it publicly. I do believe that it is a safe vaccine, and I will take it myself. This is really the only way to get out of the current situation that we're in.
Some experts predict we must get to March or April before vaccine slows the spread. So mask wearing and social distancing must continue. In Huntington, Long Island, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
And a vaccine by Moderna is expected to be authorized next week.
All right, so you see, man. He pushing this mug. You know what I'm saying? He pushing. He definitely doing what he does best, man. Inoculate. I got the word in the American Heritage is to introduce dictionary to introduce a serum, vaccine, or an antigenic substance into, especially to produce or boost immunity to a specific disease. So they say, man. You know, but we know the devil, you know, is slicker than, you know, oil, as the scriptures say. So let me go ahead and let me grab that. This is 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. Salakia, I clicked the wrong one. 1 Corinthians 2 and 11. Salakia, 2 Corinthians. If I ain't got this one in a minute. 2 and 11. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not supposed to be letting him get the advantage. We got the advantage. That's why we got these. That's why we watching. To stay ahead. You see what I'm saying? To keep the drop on him. You know, so he pushing this mug with as it went on to say, man. He pushing this mug with Operation Warp Speed, which I have another video on. Make sure I want to hit everything on here. I got. Okay, we'll come back here. We'll do it like that. Let's go here real quick. All right, let's run this back. Let me one second. Okay, here we go. So vaccine D-Day 2 begins with rollout of first 2.9 million doses. This is updated today, 1 p.m. And as you can see, Operation Warp Speed, man. President Donald Trump, Operation Warp Speed they had a vaccine summit, man. And this all throughout the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? These different meetings in which we always talk about. You know what I'm saying? First wave of shots left Michigan factory on Sunday morning. So they just got sent out, man, because they got approved this week. You see what I'm saying? So let's go ahead. So more Operation Warp Speed is real, you know. Go ahead and play. Let me see. It's 12:12. I'll read this while it's playing.
I made a out of my passion. I mean, who doesn't love obsessing over network security?
Glitching video calls with the regional offices, that's my thing.
Do the things you love. Our people in network will help do the things you don't. Let's take care of business. AT&T.
White House Task Force Chief Gustav Perner says 145 sites are slated to receive the shots on Monday, calling it a D-Day moment.
This is a monumental week for us all as we distribute the first millions of doses of vaccines to the American people. But each week that follows, we will have more doses ready for allocation and distribution. We'll be working it hard the next couple days to ensure these first shipments go very well. It is the foundation for all future deliveries.
You don't know.
We're also now hearing President Trump and other top officials will be offered the vaccine within days. Our Deputy Managing Editor, Roz Krasny, is in Washington with the latest. So, Roz, this kind of idea of a D-Day moment, the beginning of the end to turn the tide, as we saw in the Second World War, was what Perner was referring to. But what are the challenges that lie ahead, and how quickly could we get to this idea of herd immunity and herd immunity too?
Yes, well, Heidi, I think it's going to take several months because this is really a massive effort, and there's just not enough vaccine to go around at this point. As you said, something like 2.9 million or 3 million shots could go out in the next few days. There's been a bit of controversy about how many vaccines the U.S. government committed to buy from Pfizer and BioNTech, and whether that's enough. We also have a second vaccine in the pipeline still to be considered by regulators, and more behind that. So that's some of the challenges. There's certainly many groups sort of out there lobbying to say, well, we're essential workers, everything, and quite rightly so, from airline workers to stevedores to meat packers to school teachers. So there's a lot of clamoring to get those vaccines as soon as possible, and as Bloomberg News just reported, President Trump and his top officials will be near to the front of the queue.
Yeah, exactly. Who makes a cut and is deemed critical when it comes to the Trump administration?
Exactly, and the news that we just broke about those White House vaccines, and basically all three branches of government will be offered those vaccines. It was cast as an issue of continuity of government, and these are essential sort of high-level officials who can be best served by going about their business, and also to sort of show public or to raise public confidence in the vaccine, because as you know, there's been some degree of skepticism from a lot of people about how quickly the vaccinations were approved and just if there's anything behind that. So it's a twofold effort to really inoculate some White House officials and fly the flag.
12 months ago, Mohammed, you and I would have been talking about frothy valuations in private markets that would not be met in public markets. And now we're asking the question as to whether the valuations in private markets are too low, given where public...
All right. Go ahead. Lord, he talked about this. You know what I'm saying? He declared this already to us, that this devil is going to come down with, you know what I'm saying, with this warp speed. You know? Give me 1 second. Let me, we was reading this before this even happened. You know? So this is Isaiah 44 and 26. That confirmeth the word of his servant and performeth the counsel of his messenger, saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah you shall be built up, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. And what was those words? Those words that the devil was about to come down with that great wrath, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, and they really, actually, they're the Lord's words, and He just put them in, our mouths. This is Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning. You see, and from ancient times of things that are not yet done. So before this Operation Warp Speed, had taken off and came to manifestation, we already had this one scripture wrote. But let me finish this, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So, before the Operation Warp Speed had already had come to fruition into public. The Lord was he had already said it was going to be. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he was going to move super fast. You know what I'm saying? It's a scripture that say Satan fall as lightning. Because soon as his time is up, that's how quick it's going to be over. So that's why he's going to move so quick, because they see the end pretty much. They put it out to the public as if, if everybody gets sick, that's the end of their empire. No, all the people getting sick is a part of the end of your empire, man. These are the things that will be going down, and this is one reason why this place has got to go, because the Israelites are sick. The Israelites are, being led to the slaughter. All these different things are happening in your kingdom, But it has scripture say, he saw Satan as lightning. See if I can get that real quick. So that's, the Lord pretty much got a sense of humor. See if I can get that. Yep, Luke 10 and 18. And I'm going to start at 16. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 15. I'm going to start at 16. He that heareth you, heareth me, and he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me. And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. You see what I'm saying? So he pretty much seen the end. That's pretty much what he was saying, man. So just as quick as the devil was moving, and this is talked about all throughout the scriptures with this whole speed. Real quick, I'll get something just to prove that. This is Daniel chapter 8. Daniel chapter 8, and I'm going to start at verse. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to start at, this is Daniel chapter 8, and I'm going to start at 20. The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia. So that's Alexander, because Alexander was compared. He was seen in the vision of Daniel as a goat, but in a specified manner, representing pretty much the speed he was gonna move with, man. You see, it says, "And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king." All right, now let me get this real quick to bag that up. This is Maccabees, first Maccabees in the first chapter. All right, so these are the same people, man. These are the same people. You know, this is Maccabees 1, and I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonia, who came out of the land of Chetam, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece." Right? So that's talking about, so that first king is talking about Alexander. Now, because when you go down, it's talking about Diadochi in Daniel the 8th chapter, the 22nd verse. Now let's go back to this real quick. It says, "And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations." So he had to be moving quick, because it tell you that he only, watch this, I'm going to go ahead and get the point. It says, "Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up." So he got real proud, because he was taking down everybody, but he was doing it at such a rapid speed. It says, "And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations, and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years. So he did all that in 12 years, and then died. You see? So the Lord has been putting out that this devil will move fast, and the reason why, because he got an appointed time. He has an appointed time that he cannot pass. You see, so this is not a game. They about to come with it. They loading it up. They're not playing no games. This is Job 5:14-5. "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, that he cannot pass." So that's what that's how he moving, man. That's why he got to move the way he moving. See, so the Lord got a sense of humor. So that's why Howard Shah said he perceived Satan as lightning, fall from the sky. In Luke 10:18, and he said unto them, "I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." Because soon as that time hit, he gonna fall just as quick as he was, just as fast as he was moving. And the reason he's moving, because he know this is his end, man. He knows this. So this is all go back to the scriptures. All right, so we're gonna move on from this. Now, see what we got here. We're gonna go ahead and get this. This is Revelation, the 10th. This is one big temptation. This is Revelation 3. Pretty much it's a simulation of the mark of the beast, how it's going to be. This is Revelation 3:10. "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience." And what's the word of his patience? Remember how we just read, "Though it tarry, wait for it." You see? Because this vision is for a yet appointed time. So this word is on a time schedule. But that's why it takes faithfulness to stick with it and believe in it and see it through. So this is why this is known as the word of his patience. It says, so it's talking about the scriptures and the prophecies. It says, Revelation 3:10, or the prophecies, Revelation 3:10, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience," right? You stuck it through. "I will also keep thee." And that's what we doing now. We keeping the word of his patience. We keeping it. Because when you keep that word right there is going into or keep, same thing. That word is going into guarding. And I'm going to grab that real quick. This is Revelation 3 and 10 in the blue letter. Okay, say you're playing games, but when you go into that word, it literally means to guard, and observe. But anyway, so it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that's a time when the devil the tempter, is going to really be tempting people, man. It says, which shall come upon all the world, right? The world of Jacob, and obviously everybody that's functioning under the world of Esau, right? So even us in our own little world, which is the world of Jacob, it says to try them that dwell upon the earth. So that's it, man. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This is Matthew 10. Matthew 10 and 19. All right. See, the time has arrived. COVID vaccines roll out of Pfizer plant as U.S. nears 300,000 deaths. So they say, Revelation 10 and 19. But when this is the so what makes it such. Matter of fact, let me get one more scripture on this tempter, but I'll speak while I'm getting it. What makes this such a temptation is because it ain't the temptation of the mark of the beast, but it's nonetheless still a temptation, because that's pretty much that's pretty much the tactics of the devil, man. He works with Satan. Satan is his right hand, and that's how Satan gets down. Real quick, since I say that, let me grab this. This is Matthew 10. This is Matthew chapter 4. Matthew chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. So it says, I'm gonna start at 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. The water, brother. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the son of the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shah, or the Most High Yahweh, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Yahweh Shah said unto him, it is written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. You see that power. So that's it. Thus revealing that obviously Satan, he tempts. That was what he was trying to do. So that was my point of getting at. So you got reason what makes it such a temptational time now is because the Lord already just revealed to you, or revealed to us, that we ain't gonna, it's not what's presented to you as a necessity Yeah. Okay, Slakia. So pretty much the devil, he could put out, these diseases, but at the same time he could put out the vaccine as well. And you will have pretty much a situation where your hand. This is pretty much all I'm alluding to is pressure. The not fitting in with the times. Everybody getting sick and not trying to get sick, and here it is. You gonna stand out by talking about you're not getting the vaccine, if you will. You see what I'm saying? You're not getting none of these things. So you gonna stand out, and that's why the Lord, so you can have things that supposedly make sense in the world we're in, presented to you, but then the Lord, if you're truly saying you're gonna present this to that in the spirit, like, well, I ain't taking this because about this. That's why the scriptures say, fear not them that kill the body, but fear him that can destroy the body and soul, both the body and soul in hell. Paraphrasing. You see? And you have it like, well, you gonna go with this? They about to, man, come on, man, they gonna kill you. You here right now? Like, nah, man. So that's how Satan gets down, and ultimately that's a combat. That's what makes it a temptation, because you put in a position where you pretty much by the Satan has had you positioned to where you gotta be torn in between two. And that's why it's always presented throughout the scriptures, known as serving man. You cannot serve man and mammon. You can't serve the Most High and mammon. It's always an ultimatum. So your life is a continuous temptation. But how much more when the so-called white man is making that a theme? So that's pretty much it. So yeah, see, the time has arrived. COVID vaccines rollout of Pfizer plant as U.S. nears 300,000 deaths. So it says, Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. That's what we seen Yahushua just do. We read about Yahushua doing during his walk when he was, on earth physically. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. See that? To try them that dwell upon the earth. See that? So that's how it comes down. That's how it's going down. The most complex vaccine distribution project ever in the United States. So there's more to it. It's a constant unfold. Is more that this, because they use the word complex. It's more that this vaccine is connected to, that it leads to. And they want to keep cutting it at the point. It's cool. Got something for y'all. But anyway, it says, so launching the largest and most complex vaccine distribution project in the U.S. So project could be likened unto test. Test could be likened unto temptation. Temptation can be likened unto test. See, so this is just one big test. Because the Lord said he was going to do this, man. This real quick. This Isaiah. Yep. That's what I'm bringing up. This Isaiah 48. It's Isaiah 48, and let's see. But that's right. You know. Brothers on the comment board, man. It's Isaiah 48 and 10. But behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So the Lord is going to try us, man. Matter of fact, grab this one. This is Zechariah 13. Zechariah 13 and 9. It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is my power. So there you go. So that's what the Lord, this is all this is to try you. This is it, man. This is a part of being it. Because really, I just perceive by the Spirit, this just be a test run for exactly how they gonna do the mark of the beast. But it's so crazy that they simulating it like this possibly. You see? So that's pretty much it on this one. Let's see. Let's jump here. It ain't nothing too drawn out. And close that one out. So I hate this app. Let me see. Let's grab this. Yeah, man. As it is revealed, first shots will be administered Monday. So they got it going out right now, and they starting to pretty much manifest everything that I was already talking about. Brother from the Florida camp, the GMS Florida camp, he pretty much brought out how the dude was saying this the Operation Warp Speed pretty much had. He was saying how once they get it approved, it's gonna be, you're gonna be forced to get it in 24 hours or something like that. But the devil just talk. He ain't in control. If that do go down, now we possibly see it happening now. You see what I'm saying? Because that is how he said they were looking to do it. So, but they have already targeted, and that's what this whole summit is about. Let me grab that word summit real quick. So we could really see where we at. See? Trial, yep, proven. This is, let's see. Cause these dudes moving, man. This is summit. The highest point, the highest degree of achievement or status. A conference, let me get the point, a conference or meeting of high-level leaders called to shape a program of action. So it's a program of action in which they putting people through. So it's a program. We could say the COVID-19 is a program, and the action of it is obeying, submitting, and taking the vaccine, and they shaping it to where it hits everything they want to get gain out of it, and that's getting you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you Israelites, vaccinated and then ultimately chipped, and they really want to get the elect. Let's see, a conference or a meeting of high-level leaders. They want to get everybody, man. So this is all in the scriptures. This is all 100% in the scriptures. So stuff is coming out, it's leaking. FDA commissioners, Dr. Stephen Hayes says, news reports Trump threatened to fire him if he didn't expedite approval of COVID-19 vaccine are not accurate. So that makes sense with the scriptures. Y'all gotta move fast. So now we hearing for some reason you're moving fast. Look, the first shipments will go to nearly 150 distribution centers across the states, said Army General Gustave Perna, which is the dude that was talking about everybody getting it. It's mandatory in 24 hours of Operation Warp Speed. See that? It says an additional 450 or so facilities will get the vaccine between Tuesday and Wednesday. Initially, about 300 million shots are expected to be shipped nationwide. So that's nothing. Those gonna be the goofies. So they about to get the easy ones out the way. You see what I'm saying? That 300 million, that's not even about to touch nobody with I don't hear no more. This is ridiculous. Pretty much the Lord, he spoke of this because he said, these people was going, they was going to deliver us up because, we was pretty much going over this, and that's why the Lord said, make you ready to the battle and be as pilgrims upon the earth, because you might have to get the hell away from these people, man. This is St. Matthew 10 and 17. It says, I'm going to start at 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. But be ye therefore as wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So we don't come off like terrorists, but in the spirit, we, we assassins, and we don't come off like those as well. But this is verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. So they not only you going to have people around you that's willing to fight for the system that they want to keep. They won't. That's how it's beyond Stockholm Syndrome. Anybody oppressing and challenging they beloved system, they beloved 9 to 5, they like they routine, they children's future. I've seen it. They will fight you over it, man. They will go to bat for it. So you got to beware of these people, man, because you really don't understand how lost. No one's really going to understand how lost these people truly is until we come into that time in which the Lord spoke of, according to Matthew, the 24th chapter, which I'll get real quick. This is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we're coming into a time where you're going to really see how cold these people are when it comes to sense. Because what makes us hot, what makes one pretty much alive is and it's, you see, it's all spiritual, because when you're alive, your body has warmth. But when someone's spirit leaves their body, they go cold. You see what I'm saying? So they're not even here no more. So these people are about to they're already dead, in other words. It said the love of many shall wax cold. So these people the people that the warmth you once knew, the love you once knew is regarding certain relationships, if you will, it's going to be no more. It's going to be cold. And you're going to really see how lost these people have been and how truly lost these people are. You see, so you don't even get in arguments. Don't even try to do too much conversating with these people, man. At this point, once it rolls out to the point where people actually getting it, they don't even have no more conversation about it. You see, just pay attention, because it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up. Matthew 10 and 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. See that? So, amen. That's why the Lord said, make ye ready to the battle and be his pilgrims. Because if you don't, you're gonna be moving stupid out here. Obviously, if you're not moving as a pilgrim and making yourself ready, and you're gonna get, they're gonna deliver you up. You can't be in everybody's face talking about what you ain't finna do and all this no more, man. You can't. These people, this is it, man. We getting here. So this is a trial run, because it's not the mark of the beast yet. You know what I'm saying? So this is I'm gonna get probably a couple more. This is not Revelation. This is 2nd Ezra, back in the 16th chapter. It's a specific one. I'm gonna get on this, and